Coach Figure, your team just went 2-1 on the road. Ring that bell! Woo! The UTRGV Coaches Show starts now! Coach, the December to Remember sales event is treating you well.
Absolutely, man.
Is it true that you're giving me this car for Hanukkah?
Possibly.
You want to go do a Coach's Show?
Let's go do one, baby.
It's the UTRGV Coaches Show, coming to you from North Park, Lexus, Rio Grande Valley during the December to Remember sales event. I'm Jonah Goldberg. This is UTRGV men's basketball head coach Matt Figure. Coach, good to see you.
Good to see you, Jonah.
Coach, it's been a little while. You've been on the road for the last week and had a really successful road trip, 2-1, almost 3-0 with a win over a top 20 team. Tell us about this last week.
We started off the week. We took the road trip with 6 scholarship players. Never ideal. Actually, we had 7 guys on the team, 6 scholarship players. Went and competed our butts off. Went up, won at Northern Arizona, beat Cal State Fullerton, who has got a good team. They've had some impressive wins out on the West Coast. Beat those guys, then went to Champaign and fought really hard. Had a lead late with 5 minutes to play. We were in severe foul trouble. We finished the game actually with 2 guys fouling out. So I love the way our kids really competed this past week. We're not where we want to be defensively yet, but offensively, it's given us a chance to win games because I think we're really finding our identity offensively. And, we've got the fatigue has been a factor when it comes to some of the things. And, playing Illinois, they got a first-team All-American in Kofi Coburn. And, it's like trying to guard Shaq. And we did everything we could. We threw the kitchen sink at him. Down the stretch, he was just too big, too strong. They made a play at the end when the game, I think, may have been tied at 82 or something, put back off an offensive rebound, and we just had 2 empty trips and couldn't seal the deal. We need to figure out a way to try to win one of those games in the near future.
So that Illinois game, they were ranked 14th in the nation at the time of the game. You guys went up by 12 on them in the first half. I mean, what's that feeling like on the bench when you're doubling up a Big Ten opponent like that?
Well, it was an experience because, when people don't watch the games and they just pick up box scores and they go, oh, well, like our Arizona game. We had the learning experience from the Arizona game where, we missed a few open shots, a few layups early. We panicked, I started getting in hero mode. We just kept executing and staying the course, and they had a hard time guarding us, and we jumped up to a 12-point lead early in the game, and they've got experienced big players and playing at their place, and they were able to get back in the game really quick. Game's a game of runs, and so I'd like to say that I wish that lead was late in the game, but it was early in the game, so it's just one of those flows and things like that. But it gave our kids a lot of confidence, and they played well. They weren't intimidated. We competed our guts out. Like I said, we just defensively couldn't stop Coburn, and then Plummer. He averaged 17 a game at Utah, and just had a big night. So give them credit. They stayed the course. I thought they played well together as a team. They're still trying to find, I think, their identity. Is still early in the year. But I was very proud of our kids' effort. Wish we could have got a stop, in the last 5 minutes that we needed. Didn't happen. The score kind of looks imbalanced to where it was, but it was a one possession game with under a minute to play or a minute and a half to play. So we'll keep learning from it. I think our confidence on the offensive end is really high right now. We've just got to be able to get those stops when we need it.
To build on your point, Illinois only led for more than one possession for a total of 2 minutes and 5 seconds of game time.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It was a good game. I mean, both teams played really high offense. I'm sure if you talk to their coach, they would probably wish defensively they were a little better as well. In today's game of college basketball, the pairings of games and things like that, people don't understand just how close teams are compared to 10, 15 years ago because of transfer portals and all these other things. But I'm really proud of the kids that participated and played. I think we're growing. I think we're getting closer and closer as a unit. We've got a big week ahead of us, and we just got to continue to grow and develop as a team.
You talk about the kids who played. You had 7 players available for all 3 of these games. It didn't really seem to hurt that you had a short rotation. How did you think that went?
Well, here's the good thing is that, sometimes, and I've said this as a positive, we know who we are, and the kids know what they have to do. And there becomes a peer accountability where you and I are teammates, and if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you stick out. And when you have to depend on somebody, knowing that there's only so many players, it starts letting the locker room hold each other accountable. And I told the guys after we lost to Illinois, you can be led. I can lead the team. But that's not a very good experience when it's obviously I'm the head coach, I'm the leader of the team. But when the locker room leads is when you have a really good team. And that's when guys are holding each other accountable for effort, mistakes, and things like that, and helping one another and fighting for one another and believing in one another. When you've got a locker room led by coaches, it's always going to be painful for both the coaches and the players. So right now I think we're starting to develop an identity where those guys in the locker room are dependent on one another. That's they fought for one another, they depended on one another, they hurt for one another. They were sweating together, and they were really fighting. The end result sometimes doesn't come out the way you want it, but in the long run, you're building for longer success, long term. It's a marathon, man. It's not a sprint. And one game doesn't make or break your season. We got some more opportunities coming up, and hopefully we're learning how to compete, and hopefully it'll be beneficial for us once we get into league play.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cool things about having a short rotation is that it forces guys, if they get their second foul in the first half, or if they have 3 or 4 fouls at certain points in the second half, I mean, they may have to stay out there, but it forces them to learn to play in those situations.
No question. It also forces me and makes me have to play things different. I mean, throw some change ups, know when to run, know when not to run, know when our guys are tired. I mean, like in the Cal State Fullerton game, there in the second half, we built a 12-point lead and we were gassed. And I couldn't call a timeout because I couldn't stop the flow of the game. And we were just, we needed a sub, but guys had to suck it up and fight. And we figured out a way to hang on to that game. And they're learning, man. They are learning each and every day about depending on one another. And guys don't have to be nervous. Guys don't have to look over their shoulder. They know that they're playing. But knowing that they're playing, life's about leverage. And so as a player, you have the leverage over playing time. But with that being said, you're taking the most advantage of that leverage that you have, and you're not making it as a disadvantage to our team. You're actually trying to believe in winning. So I think this was a great week of experience for us.
Some of the guys are getting that extended playing time. Freshman Dante Houston Jr., he's been starting the last few games. Career high 17 against Fullerton.
Yeah, no, he was really good, really good. You know, that's the thing, out of the 6 scholarship players that we've been playing, you know, 2 of them are freshmen. So both him and Raekwon Taylor, Dante and Raekwon, they're growing before our eyes. And so when you have 2 front court kids that are both freshmen that are getting, I thought Ray played his best game against Illinois by far. And then Dante was you know, we're trying to establish Dante as a front court scorer in our league and everything. And, you know, I thought he took great strides on Thursday with that. And, you know, I had one of the coach from Northern Arizona said, man, your big kid got better from first time we played him until this game 3. So they just kept getting better and better. And so, you know, we need to continue to have that growth.
And then, you know, minus Laquan Butler for the Northern Arizona game, Xavier Johnson steps up with 20.
Yeah, Xavier does it in practice every day. You know, the opportunities for him early haven't been there because of whatever reason. He gave us a big shot in the arm on Tuesday against Northern Arizona. We needed it. You know, he's a gifted player. He's a kid who transferred from Chicago State, averaged 15 a game his junior year. He's learning about winning too. I mean, you know, they didn't do a lot of that at Chicago State when he was there. But, you know, he's got some experience, and, you know, he's been giving us good leadership in the locker room. And to be honest with you, this is where I praise this kid. You know, he was the leading scorer for 2 straight years at Chicago State. I don't think he's really cared whether he scored a basket or not as long as our team wins. And, you know, there's going to be better days ahead for him as well.
UTRGV men's basketball opened December with a game against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, South Texas Showdown, presented by Navy Army Community Credit Union. Play them again on the road December 8th, but before that, at Texas, December 3rd. Follow all the action at goutrgv.com. UTRGV men's basketball head coach Matt Figger, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more on the UTRGV Coaches Show from North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley.
In the minute it takes to knock back your drink, spot your new crush, or cheer on the home team, you could do something that really makes a difference. Sign up as an organ donor. In less than a typical timeout, you could sign up to save 8 lives. It sure beats using a minute to mustard that hot dog. Sign up at tosa1.org.
The Rio Grande Valley is growing every day. That's why you need a team you can trust. 2 stations, 2 languages.
Se le pide a cualquier persona con información.
The most experienced news anchors in the valley.
And Andina Herrera Garza.
The largest weather team keeping you informed in English.
The tracker front updates forecast.
Y en español.
Te le voy a estar explicando un poco más de eso.
A sports team covering the RGV like no one else.
What this win means.
We are live in the morning, at noon, and in the evenings. Anytime you need us, we're online and on social media too. We do this all in both languages.
We are tracking breaking news.
Nosotros estamos aquí para platicarles cómo va.
Who else can deliver this type of coverage?
Tonight at 10 in the meantime, have a great evening.
No one. Channel 5 News
And Azteca Valle.
working together for you.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at workatcanes.com.
I got mine because I'm a former student athlete.
I've got mine because the UTRGV Vaqueros are a hometown team.
I've got mine. These
I've got mine because I'm a proud alumni.
I've got mine. I've got mine.
I've got mine.
I've got mine.
I've got mine.
I've got mine.
I've got mine.
I've got mine.
go Vaqueros.
Get yours. UTRGV basketball season tickets are on sale now. Visit goutrgv.com/tickets to get yours today.
Town Place Suites by Marriott, Edinburgh's newest destination spot and a host hotel of UTRGV Athletics, with the amenities that a frequent long-stay traveler or visiting team in town to take on the V-Nation looks for. The nightlife is amplified with Ignite Lounge, a great way to wrap up a long workday or celebrate a big win. Town Place Suites by Marriott on Trenton, in between Business 281 and Sugar Road, and minutes away from the excitement of UTRGV. Town Place Suites by Marriott, Edinburgh.
Woo! Coach Lord, you are making this a December to remember.
This is a beautiful hybrid here at North Park Lexus. What a showroom they have here. This vehicle right here, the old hybrid's pretty nice.
Is it true you're giving me this for Hanukkah?
I wish we all could give them away.
What do you say we go do a coach's show?
Let's do it.
Welcome back to the UTRGV Coaches Show at North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley. I'm Jonah Goldberg. This is UTRGV Women's Basketball Head Coach Lane Lord. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jonah. Glad to be here at North Park.
Well, Coach, your last game on Sunday, or Saturday, Southern Utah, future Western Athletic Conference opponent, and that ended up being a tight loss. So what can you tell us about that game?
Well, we did some really good things in the game. You could see some glimpses of some really good basketball, but we really, in the third quarter, let down defensively, had the lead at halftime and let them back in and had to get a quick timeout. And then it was a kind of a dogfight from there. But, you know, we've got a young team. We're continuing to grow. I like what we're doing. We just got to, you know, find the right pieces and get them more playing time together. And but it'll come.
One thing I noticed during the game is you used Maria Llorente a lot, one of your new point guards. What did you see from her?
Well, she really has the ability to get downhill. She can break people down, and you know, we're trying to create a 2-on-1 on every possession, and she allows us to do that. And she's a very good passer. She can find the open man out there. So I really like the way she plays, and you know, defensively, she's kind of a pest out there, and you know, getting some steals and deflections. And but offensively, you know, we really need her to jumpstart this offense and get things going.
I think she had about 3 steals in that game. It's pretty impressive for a young player.
Very impressive, and I think her game is going to continue to get better. She's just a sophomore, and you know, played a short season last year with COVID, got that year back. So you know, first year here at UTRGV, but very talented player.
Taylor Muff, another big game. I guess we shouldn't be surprised anymore. You may remember last week we talked about how, you know, she played volleyball the last 4 years in Northern Colorado. Now she's starring for your team, but you know, still finding first, 11 rebounds, first time in double figures there, first double-double. And what have you seen in the way that she continues to improve?
Well, she, you know, she's our vocal leader, and she has that experience as, you know, winning championships in volleyball and over at Northern Colorado. So we rely on her a lot for leadership, but she's really done more than that. She's really brought, you know, her offensive game, as you can see. She's still pretty good from being out for 4 years, but you know, just her athleticism. She can shoot the three. She can drive it. She continues to amaze us each and every day.
And then Sarah Bershears didn't do a lot in the first quarter. Didn't matter. She still ended up with her 23 points in the game, and it doesn't seem like she needs to. She can get off to a slow start, and then she can come and just become your leading scorer. It's amazing.
Yeah, she did get off to a little bit of a slow start, but we got to do a better job getting her the ball early for sure. But you know, she got fouled a lot. She got to the foul line. Was 9 for 9 from the line, so she's being very aggressive. And then, you know, her three-point shooting speaks for itself. I believe she was the leading three-point shooter in the league last year, percentage-wise in conference play. And she's continuing to really shine in that with her shooting ability.
Now, Coach, I have a wishbone to pick with you.
Okay.
So this is just 2 days after Thanksgiving, and it's a 1 o'clock game. Do you know how much tryptophan was going through my system?
I tell you what, It was tough. We had the girls over for Thanksgiving dinner, and we all got our bellies full for sure. But yeah, it was tough to play one day after Thanksgiving for sure. But it was good to be back at home. We've got 8, I believe 7 out of our next 8 at home now. We go to Kansas this week, and then back at home until after the new year. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing that literally December 1st is the only day you're out of town in the month of December. How did you pull that off?
It's just, you know, you always have return games and those kind of things, and the way the schedule fell, we've got a lot of returning games. We played a lot on the road last year, so now we got, you know, quite a few teams coming to our place. We got a game at Bird Ogden, 2 at South Padre, so we're going to be in the Valley for a month straight after this next road trip.
That road trip includes Kansas, and as this show is airing for the first time, you're probably about the start of the 4th quarter, give or take, at Kansas. So what's the score?
Well, hopefully we give ourselves a chance to compete and, you know, have a chance there at the end like we did at South Florida. When you play bigger teams, you just want to, you got to make shots, number one, but number two, you want to give yourself a chance at the end. And we certainly did that at South Florida. Who's now, as you have seen, has gone on to beat Syracuse, Oregon, number 9. They've gone on to beat Stanford, who's the defending national champion. So we have proved that we can play with anybody. Now we just got to be more consistent, and we've got to finish games.
How special is this Kansas trip for you? I know it's home.
Yeah, it is. Taylor Muff from Pittsburgh, Kansas. Haley Jones is from Wichita, Kansas. Of course, I coached in Kansas for a long time, so Sarah Bashir is just a few hours away from Arkansas. You got Janae Williams from Oklahoma. So we got a lot of Midwesterners on the team, and we'll have a huge crowd there at KU, and we're excited about it.
So you mentioned Thanksgiving. You had the team over to your house. What was on the menu?
Our wives did. Coach Hack's wife, my wife, and then all our coaches chipped in, but we had the whole shebang. It was good. Turkey, ham, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, cream corn, green beans, you name it, we had it, and of course all the desserts.
So that's a lot of people in one house. You must have a gigantic house to fit all those people.
You know, luckily we live in the Valley, so we can sit indoor and outdoor, and you know, we're very, very fortunate to live in a beautiful place, and you know, it's 75 degrees on Thanksgiving Day. You just can't beat it.
What are you thankful for this year?
I'm thankful that I live in the Valley. I love this place. I love the people. Our university is it's the best time to ever be a part of it. The growth of our university, you know, you look around, there's going to be construction everywhere in the next 5 years. So just a great time. I'm thankful to be at UTRGV.
Well, this week you'll be on your way back from Kansas on Thursday, and then you're home, which is good because it's also finals week. What's it like for your team when they have to juggle finals with games and practices and all that?
I tell you what, being a student athlete, you have to have time management. You have to be very organized. You know, one thing we're fortunate at UTRGV is we have an outstanding support staff, academics. You know, the Victory Center that we have for student athletes, the tutoring. We just have a really neat setup. So our kids do a great job with you know, using all the resources we have. And it is tough, but you know, they're you know, certainly the juniors and seniors are helping out the freshmen, and you know, how to approach this next couple weeks. And you know, some of the classes we're getting to take early, some of the finals early, so they'll be done this week. So hopefully they don't have to take all 5 or 6 classes in 1 week, all the finals, so that'll be nice.
There's just one game during finals time, which gives the players some time. It's that Monday night, Houston Baptist. Pretty good opponent to be bringing into the Fieldhouse.
Yeah, excited about it. We haven't played Houston Baptist, but you know, we're going to play Houston Baptist. We're going to play UT San Antonio. We're going to play Incarnate Word, another future WAC opponent, at home, and just to get the Texas schools, start forming some new rivalries. Houston Baptist will be a good one.
That game is on Monday at 6 p.m. at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. Start of a stretch of every single game at home in the month of December. Some at the Fieldhouse, some at Bird Ogden Arena, some at South Padre Island Convention Center. Regardless of which game you're going to, hopefully all of them, you can get your tickets now at utrgvtickets.com. Makes a good stocking stuffer.
Absolutely.
There's still a couple nights left in Hanukkah, just saying.
Yeah, we really need the crowd out there. We got our band back this year, our cheerleaders, our dance team, and having the people in the stands really helps our atmosphere. So if you get a chance, come out and watch the Vaqueros play, and we'd love to have you.
Yeah, I guess that is something different from last year. You got the pep band back, I'm sure that, and the cheerleading dance, I'm sure that's been huge.
Yeah, we just played Southern Utah on Saturday, and the coach texted me on their way back on Sunday and said, your band is really good. And so we're very fortunate to have that pep band. I think Tony Farini, our announcer, calls them the best six man in the country, and they really are. They're very good.
UTRGV women's basketball back home Monday, 6 p.m. against Houston Baptist. Get your tickets now at utrgvtickets.com. He's Lane Lord. He's the head coach of the UTRGV women's basketball team. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Appreciate it, John.
We'll be back to wrap things up from North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley in a moment. This is the UTRGV Coaches Show.
We all want the best for our families, to love, to laugh, to live a healthy life. At UT Health RGV, we believe every family should have access to the most advanced medical care right here, close to home. With over 100 board-certified doctors at 20 locations valley-wide, with life-saving procedures and treatments that keep you and your family healthy, UT Health RGV is here for you. High-quality care for every patient, for every family. Find your way to the best care at uthealthrgv.org.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Support. Some call it the foundation of success. Joining the V Club assists in the success of our student athletes. Preparing our student athletes for excellence in life.
Thanks for watching this edition of the UTRGV Coaches Show. Check us out every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. with a special re-air Sundays at 1:30 on Somos El Valle, channel 5.3, cable 1241. Missed an episode? Want to watch this one again? Then check out archived episodes on our YouTube channel at goutrgv.com/coaches show. Big thanks to UTRGV basketball coaches Matt Figger and Lane Lord for joining us this week. Coach Figger will be back again next week. But until then, this is Jonah Goldberg saying so long. From North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley during the December to Remember sales event, this is the UTRGV Coaches Show. Get your visa.